on episode 8. We are going to be doing a few things today on the farm, mainly some tasks around getting things ready for the next things we need to do. So as we fly over the farm here, before we kick off today's episode, if you like today's video, please hit the like button. And if you would like to see more of the content of our farming sim series and other stuff, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon. So before we kick off today, one of the things we're going to do is sort of kick off a few bits and pieces that we need to sort of do around the farm. And this is basically carrying on from what we kind of left off last time, and that is basically we are going to basically finish off some production items actually. So what I need to do is let's bring up the global company factory list. Now we've got a number of production items down at the moment. So we have the mixing silo, which is currently working on basically TMR. We filled it up with about 60k litres of each of the raw materials, and that's kind of running away now at the moment. So we've got a 5% full, 35k litres of TMR. Now that is based off a relatively small amount actually of the raw materials we popped in. The other thing we have done is, I think that's died, is the pig food mixing silo. So we wanted to do some pig food because we want to get some pigs on the farm. It's currently disabled, but one of the things I have done is I've filled some of the materials up. I've got 26k of wheat in there, of the cereals, the bulk crop. I can't remember what I put in there actually. Sorry, I can't remember what I put in, but we've only got about 13k litres, but that's fine because we're going to put some more in. And then the proteins, we need to put some stuff in. Now we're taking stuff out of our silo to do this. Now the silo is, oh, where is it? Yeah. So we've got various bits and pieces here in the silo already left over from when the map was started. So we can pop all these things in and essentially fill that up. And that's kind of my plan, is to sort of pop in a few bits and pieces. I've put in potatoes already. I'm going to check to see if we can pop in the sugar beet. And then we've got proteins, which I think sunflowers and soybeans were the other items that we needed to put in. So let me just check here. So yeah, we can put in the sugar beet, so we'll do that and we'll pop that up, and that'll get us about the 26k mark. And then we can do soybeans and sunflowers, and we'll put those in as well. The other thing to actually check whilst we're here is, do we have any pig food? Because this is the other thing, is we might have, I'm not sure what that is actually. I'm not sure what that one is, but we can definitely put in, oh, we actually have some pig food. We could put some pig food in as well. But I'm going to keep that because that's, of course, useful for us to kind of have in storage. So what I'm going to do is, we bought this tractor last time with the trailer, and what I'm going to do is set up a auto drive route to actually sort of do some stuff for us. Now, one of the interesting things is, one of the things I did off camera is I set up a whole bunch of routes around that production lot. to enable us to actually do a lot more. So one of the things I'm going to do is pig food mixer. We're going to set up the drive mode. So we're going to do dropping off at the pig food mixer. We are loading at the silo pickup, dropping off at the pig food mixer, and we're going to let's see where are we. I want sugar beet, for example. So one of the things I need to do is just need to check if silo is empty drive on. Yeah, that's fine. So basically what we're going to do, this is going to pick up as much as it is in the silo and then drive to the next destination. So what I'm going to do is pop this onto the thing, and you'll see here he's actually going to pick up the route. And we've got a quite nice route here that's actually a big loop. So this is anywhere on the farm. And we're going to go and essentially fill up. So you'll get to see a few more of our routes here. He's basically making a turn. And I want to show you guys the almost not completed, but obviously because we've got so much more we can do with auto drive, but essentially the first set of production routes that are popped down. So here we are. It's quite a cool little route system we've got going at the moment. It's almost like train tracks. So we are going to go to the silo pickup and pick up some sugar beet. Once it's dropped these off, what we'll do is we'll have it pick up the next thing, which will get it to do some sunflower and some soybeans. So it's going to move forward slowly until it gets to the start, to the pickup point. As you can see, he's picking up sugar beet. As much as we've got in the silo, that's fine, we can drop these into the thing. So this is going to go and drive down now to the production lot. It's quite straightforward thing, and it's going to be pretty useful here. You see, this is all my routing. There's areas of this route which are dual way, and there's areas of the route that are single track. This is a single track path, so we have to use essentially a two-way on it. On some maps I've seen this being used on wider roads like we do on our main roads here, where we can double up and do two-way traffic, and it's kind of, you can have more than one vehicle running. But this one, we will have an issue when it comes to running multiple vehicles. We need to bear that in mind, and timing is going to be key. So we're heading down to the production yard now, so that's pretty cool. So I've been playing around with a couple of new mods. One of the mods that I'm actually testing out is a mod called Sim Dashboard. It's something I'd recommend you guys look at. If you've got an old Android tablet knocking around, or an Android phone, there's an app basically you use with that, and a mod that runs within Farming Sim that enables you to put a sort of an external control box, as it were, onto your device, so you can put a little dashboard panel, has various information. So I've got on here like my speed, I've got things like engine start stop, I've got light control, and various other bits and pieces, and it's really quite powerful. So let's just we're coming up to the production lot now. let's take a look at what's going to happen next. So what I've done, and I'm going to turn on this so you can see the routes. You can see the routes that I've created. I've created routes for the TMR mixer and the pig food mixer, and we have a route that goes to the pickup, so we can do a pickup of the output. But we also have one for the drop-off, so this is going to do the drop-off now, as you can see. That's pretty cool. And then he's actually going to stop. Yep. So he's stopped there, because actually no, he hasn't stopped. He's going to silo pickup. So what we're going to do is stop here, and we're going to change the item we want to pick up. So we want to pick up some soybeans instead, and we'll start this off, and he's going to drive back and head back to the farm and do the pickup. So we can run this a couple of times, and it will basically just do the job that we kind of want it to do. So back to the sim dashboard. It's got a customizable dashboard app. You can essentially do all kinds of buttons and dials and so on, and get information from the game. So I've got my speedometer on here, and I've got fuel and so on, and also things like, you can control your lights. You can bring up the store menu. You can do all kinds of buttons and control on here, and it's really, really useful. And it kind of takes off some of the keyboard tasks. So you've got an engine start button, you've got open and close covers, drop lower tools, and so on. So all of the kind of things you normally do with the keyboard, you can do on this sort of like screen, and it kind of just takes some of the work. So when I'm playing here, I have the keyboard on the desk, and I have my steering wheel, and of course this enables me to sort of not have to reach over the steering wheel to get to the keyboard. It makes it a little bit more easy to do the job. So it's an app called Sim Dashboard. Now it's a really cool little app. The other cool thing about it is it also is it works with multiple games. So I use it with Farming Sim, but I also use it with Microsoft Flight Simulator. So if you've seen some of the other content on the channel with Microsoft Flight Simulator, this is what I use to do additional controls that I have for when I'm flying. So what I'm going to do is we're going to leave this, I'm going to speed this up to run these few drop-offs until we've got everything filled up. Okay, with the last of the raw materials for the pig food mixer dropped off, we've headed back to the farm, and let's figure out what we are going to sort out next. So, I'm going to drop the tractor off into the farmyard, but essentially, what do we need to do now? So let's quickly check our situation with the production. So the TMR mixer is actively working. It's produced 70k litres from those raw materials that we dropped in. So at some point we'll need to go pick those up and empty those and drop those into the cowshed, but also probably the main silo. The pig food mixing silo is currently underway. It's active. It's produced 25k litres of pig food so far, and it's only been running a few minutes. But we let that run through on the resources that we've dropped in there, and we should have a reasonable amount of pig food produced. We're going to have to kind of stockpile the pig food and the TMR. The TMR is going to be easier to maintain a workable level, partly because we can buy bales and drop them off fairly easily, whereas the pig food we're going to have to rely on either pig food we buy, straight pig food that we buy, or that we can make with whatever materials we've got to hand. The drying and fermenting silo, we won't use those just yet. We won't be using those to the point at which we've got some field work underway. So that is that for those. Let's quickly check the map and see what field work we need to sort of get underway, if there is anything we need to do. So fields 1, 2, 3, 22 and 5, they've all been seeded and they're ready to go. We will need to do, I think, some weeding on these fields. So there's some patches of weed on field 2 and field 22. Field 3 is kind of clear. Field 5 has a few little specks. Field 24 and 26, we've not done anything with those yet. They're cultivated and ready to go. We are going to be popping down soybeans on one of these fields, probably on 26. And I'm looking to do potatoes, I think, on field 24. So we have a bulk crop. So we've got a bulk crop for when we come to do pig food in the future. So one of the things I'm going to do here, and I think we'll sort that out now, is this guy here. We need to, I think, set up to do that seeding of that field with potatoes. So actually, do we? Yes. Can we do potatoes? Yes, we can do potatoes with the seeder. So we're going to go down to field 24. Yep, 24. We're going to take to use course play when we get there. We'll do a course generation on that. And we are generating a course. It will sort of work there. Yeah, that'll be fine. And we'll set that off. Use first waypoint. And let's set him off going down there. He will go and do his job, which is fine. So the other thing we've done as well, this tiny field here, field 43, I actually put some popular trees on it, wherever they are. Here they are, popular trees. I seeded that with popular trees. I'm kind of going to just leave that and let that grow, and then at some point we'll cut them down for wood chip. But those are a long growth crop. They take, I think it's 5 years with the seasons mod, so they won't be ready for a long time. So we've set that one off, and that's going to go and do that field with potatoes ready to go. Now what I think we might do is we might, so we have no growth yet, I think, on field 2. I want to just check. We've not got a growth stage yet. We do have weeds, as you can see. So I think what we'll do is we will, I think, do the weed killer thing on this, and hopefully it will deal with the weeds. And so we have to, this is one with the herbicide. Yes, this is one with the herbicide. Field 2. Set this guy off and have him just run through this field. Now we are spraying well, technically speaking, yeah, it's a sprayer, so essentially we are spraying this field. We are doing, southwest corner. It's a 21 meter working width, so we should be okay. Set that guy off there. We should deal with those. I've not seen this one involved, but I think for a while actually. I didn't realise it did that weirdness. Okay, so that's good. So we'll basically do the fields like so. We'll also do some fertilising with the sprayer at some point. Then we go and pop this tractor away. For the moment we don't necessarily need him. So that driver's going to start on that field, as we saw. Pop him in the shed. And we are good there. It's nice temperature. It's warm enough for things to germinate. Let's just check, see how things are going. So this guy's going to do this field here. This guy's working on this field. I'm not sure what he's doing actually. He's not moving. Okay. Ah, good. He's working. So we have that guy going. So we're not going to do this one until we can. So there is essentially this issue with the sort of the seeding arrangement. To do soybeans, we can't do it until essentially phase 3 of spring. We can do everything else, and we are doing everything else at this point. So soybeans is kind of a late plant and harvest fruit. So that's what we've got with that. You see, popular is we can plant it all year round pretty much, but it does take a long time for it to get to harvest ready. Grass is another one. We've got grass going now. We do have and something I'm basically carrying running. We do have just one grass field, and I really think we need a second grass field. And I need to. I'm looking at this field here, field 8. This is already sown grass. If we just pop grass onto the fruit types here, this is growing, and this is kind of, I'm thinking, it's either this stage or this stage. We can harvest pretty much in these two here. And what I'm thinking actually with this one is to actually buy this field so we do have it, and so we can potentially harvest it early and get a good grass production in. So that's what I'm actually going to do now. I'm going to purchase this field. And what I will do, I'm going to do actually just, where is the soil harv? I will do that later. We do need to do soil samples of that field. And one of the things I was actually thinking is there is a mod. There is essentially a piece of farm equipment that I want to actually get, because it will vastly improve the actual process of gathering field data. I just want to check that this is the one. So from what I understand, this crop sensor basically enables you to scan a field for information whilst you're actually working. So I'm actually going to buy this and test this out. I don't think that really makes any difference. Where is it by? And then I'm going to bring this to the field. And what I want to do is, there we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this. I'm going to unload the front unit. So from what I understand with this is it goes on the front, and it goes on the front, and it scans whilst everything's working, as far as I can understand it. So what I'm going to do is put it on the front of this tractor here, and we're going to head up to field 8. And on field 8 we will fertilise that field. Little legs, it looks like a little trolley. We'll see how this fares. I mean, because this could, if this works, this is actually really quite cool. So let's have a look at the crop sensor system. So if we go up to field 8, so in theory, I mean, if we operate this with, I don't have a route up to field 8 just yet, obviously because we just bought it, but I will set one up. I think you can get it field 8 from the road as well, so we'll probably do it from the road, but for the moment we're going to just go this way. But what this should do for us is make it so much easier for us to gather soil sample data. is my thought. We're going to just test this out because I'm going to fertilise this field anyway. Because we're running grass, I want to run the best possible scenario on that grass field. But what this should do, hopefully, is give us the ability to map out this field and understand the soil situation without having to go over it with soil sampler. That is kind of my idea anyway. So I'm not sure where this field begins or ends. So let's do this. Course generation. We are south west. Yeah, southwest corner. Generate course. Let's see if this actually works and does the. Kind of hoping it does. And turns them both on. No, it doesn't. I wonder if we do that. And then I wonder if it picks up information for us whilst I've turned it on. If this does, this would actually be quite cool. Might be able to do this with a higher worker as well. So let's just have a look on the map, on precision farming map. And blimey, that is actually working. I think that is actually working. So by having that turned on the front of this tractor, whilst it's doing this work, this I think is actually mapping out this field for us. Which should be very handy. Previously what I had to do, yeah, this is actually working. Oh wow, this is actually really cool. So does this give me my pHs as well? Awesome. This is work. Oh, this is sweet. This is brilliant. So this is actually for the precision farming situation. This unit on the front here is pretty much a game changer, I think, for scanning your fields. The thing about the soil sampler was the soil sampler was kind of cool for the first 2 or 3 times of running over a field, but it kind of got a bit annoying after a while. For example, doing this large field here took a long time to do, and this is a game changer. I mean, I've done this most of this field. You know, I did on each of these fields. I did quite a large number of soil samples. This has just kind of just changed the game by basically making it possible just to scan this field as you're working it. So you can use, for example, this the fertilizer run when we do the fertilizer, but we could also do it when we're putting down manure or any one of the tractors, for example, that's basically has nothing on the front, but is working the field anyway, we can run this over it and it will basically provide us up-to-date soil information. So this is actually really, really handy. So for those that are using the precision farming mod, this is a great game-changing piece of equipment. It's available on the mod hub, by the way. It's on the Giants mod hub. It is, I can't remember the name of it. It's a soil sampler. It's under miscellaneous, and it's definitely worth getting hold of. So that is pretty cool. So we're going to end this episode here, I think, and we're going to sort of end that out with us working this field. But thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and with that, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.